Hello everybody and welcome back to Dubious Engineering. I've got some lamps that I really wanted to share with you. The engineering in these lamps is old school and really quite intriguing, I think, in my most humble opinion. And these lamps I found when I was mooching around various different sort of antique stalls and car boot sales and that kind of stuff. So what we've got is we have a paraffin or kerosene a railway guards lamp. We have a Pifco battery powered lamp, and we also have a hurricane lantern or a hurricane oil lamp, kerosene lamp. Okay, so there's some nice close-ups of the lamps there, and you can see the quality or not of the various different lamps. And what we'll do is we'll get started with the Pifco lamp. So here's the Pifco. Pifco were established in Manchester in the 1900s, and Pifco stands for Provincial Incandescent Fittings Company. So originally they were specifically a lighting and kitchen fittings type company, English company, that were bought out by Russell Hobbs, who are based in Regent Street in London. The lamp itself, as you can see, has got some very nice functionality to it. You can see the head turned around nice and easily there, and it's got these little sort of locking positions. There's a switch on the back of it that gives you the ability to turn on both the front lamp and the top lamp. One really interesting thing about this particular device is the top lamp actually has a flashing function, and that flashing function is integral to the bulb itself. They're 6-volt bulbs, and it has a little bimetallic strip in there that enables that once that bulb turns on, it heats up, and that bimetallic strip comes off the bulb. It cools down, the bimetallic strip then reconnects to the bulb and effectively creates a flash, a periodic flash. It's not working at the moment, I do apologise, and I think that's because I'm underdriving it. I'm only driving it with 4 volts instead of 6 volts. Anyway, enough about the technical mumbo jumbo. But the lamp itself is Empire made, and which means ultimately it could have been made in Hong Kong, in India, in many different places. In fact, that bulb there, I think you'll see, had Hong Kong written on it. But yeah, very cool lamp indeed. So the next one is the London to Manchester, sorry, I've got that wrong, the London Midland Scotland Railway, which was formed in 1923, where they grouped basically 120 different railways into 4 different railways. And the successor to that particular railway was British Rail in the end, who have now been sold out and split up and all the rest of it. Now, effectively, this was a guard's lamp, so this was like the railway conductor's lamp, I suppose, and he had the ability to be able to change the lamp colours from green to go, red to stop, and also just to use it as a regular lamp, so that you could walk down the road and see where you're going in the evening. The headquarters of the company that produced this lamp were based in Euston House in London, and obviously this is a paraffin lamp, and it has a reflector there which I diligently cleaned with some Brasso. The other thing to note is the actual the filters that you put on this lamp are made from glass. There's nothing plastic. This is all metal and glass. And there is the paraffin oil or the kerosene oil container with the wick and the very carefully cleaned reflector on the back of it. And obviously what you do is, if you want this lamp to be brighter, you turn the wick up, hence turn the wick up on that, will you, mate? I don't know if anybody uses that expression anymore, but you can see that reflector is super clean. I did spend some time messing with that. And if you pull the top off of that little pot there, you'll have an oil reservoir there where you can put the paraffin and the kerosene. So what we'll do is you just stuff all of that back together, and then we'll fire that up a little bit later. We'll have a quick look at it and see how it performs compared to other things. And then we have the Hurricane lamp, which is originally made in the 1850s. This is a Chinese copy of the Hurricane lamp. They were made they were designed, I believe, in Poland. They were copied in Germany. They were copied in the US. I'm sure they've been copied all over the place. But what's particularly, I mean, it's made out of sheet metal, you know, so it's cheap and easy to put together. What was particularly good about that lantern is if you tipped it over, it would put itself out. Here is what appears to be a tin of Milo. Nestle's milk chocolate. Yeah, no, trust me, it's not. We'll see that fired up a little bit later on. Anyway, so yeah, let's go ahead and get that Pifco lamp and fire it up. You can see I am underpowering the bulb in that. It's a 6-volt bulb and I'm stuffing 4 volts into it. But as you can see there, it does work. It's still quite light in the shed, and the spot lamp on that is quite focused and quite good. And there's the LED. There's the incandescent bulb on the top that I've just turned on as well. So yeah, very, very cool little lamp that. Quite impressed with it. In fact, what I might do, and I know this is going to be sacrilege, but what I might do is go ahead and replace those filament bulbs with LEDs, put lithium ion inside that bad boy and take it camping. And here's the London to Midlands and Scotland lantern, and just going to fire that up. There it is. Look at that. I forgot to turn the wick up actually, but it does get quite a bit brighter than that. If you turn it up too high, it starts to smoke out the top of the chimney. But that is really quite cool. And did I change colour? Yes, I did. Here we go. So that's what red looks like with the glass lenses in place, which is really quite nice. I must admit, I really do love this lamp. And that's what green for go looks like. It's absolutely fantastic. A lovely, lovely looking lamp. It's just so nostalgic. I wonder who had that and how many trains and what service that has seen. And then here's the Pifco again, lit up and pointing at the camera. Let's fire up the LMS lamp here, and then what we'll do is we'll get my little electronic powered lamp in place. The electronics lamp that I put together is a COB type LED array connected to a heatsink. An old processor heatsink with a whole bunch of 18650 lithium-ion batteries sat behind it. My goodness, it's bright. Look at that, the auto gain control for the camera there, just turning its exposure down. But that's a rechargeable camping lantern. It's quite serious in comparison to the rest. It doesn't last as long as the rest, but anyway, there they all are. What a wonderful array of lamps. Thanks ever so much for watching. I hope it's been sort of educational or interesting at least. It might not have been educational, but I hope it's been interesting, and some of this stuff really is quite cool. Nothing dubious about anything there, apart from maybe the Chinese one. Cheers, guys.